Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Diamond Century. So today I'm going to be explaining to you um my idea for a music video for Sabrina Carpenter's song called Goodbyes from her new album Man's Best Friend. I really miss the era of MTV and the good old days where you would just sit in front of your TV and watch all the music videos of like I used to do that with my sister a lot where we would just watch Avril Lavigne or Shakira, shaking her hips, and then we just shake her hips too, to the music videos and her songs, and it was great. And I kind of like I know music videos are not as profitable, like it's not a way to market the song anymore because we live in an era of Spotify and like just social media and you know um TikTok dances and stuff like that. So music videos are definitely a thing of the past, which is kind of sad, but to me anyway. For this music video, I'm thinking we see Sabrina gets broken up with her boyfriend, and by him obviously. So they're in her house watching a movie, and he's like, "Sab, I'm actually not feeling this anymore. Goodbye." She's like, what? Goodbye. Where? Like, where are you going? What? He's like, yeah, not feeling it. We're over. And she's like, what? And so he closes the door on her, and she's like, what? Okay. So then, yeah, when she says, broke my heart on Saturday because overnight your feelings change. Haven't we all been there, girls? Haven't we all been there, boys? Haven't we all been there? Mm-hmm. We know. I know. You know. We all know how it feels. When someone's feelings just change overnight, they don't. They usually don't. And then, and I've cried so much I almost fainted. So she faints. And then I had an idea of her like being this like flowy boho set, like we usually spot her nowadays, in these pieces. I'm gonna put insert pictures here, like the little shawls and stuff, like very. This song gives me very Mamma Mia-esque vibe, ABBA vibe, and like Sisters of Traveling Pants movie vibe as well. It's all very like I feel like this song would be set in like Greece, maybe. I don't know. That's just like my idealistic, vision for it, or like maybe Italy, something like that. But again, when she says, I wish I had a gun or words, something got lost in the communication. Uh-huh. So she gets on the bus, and then in her bag there's like a little gun, and like the camera pans to her bag and like there's a gun, and you're like, and then I had this vision of, so she's like on a mission. She's on a mission to get her revenge, right? But obviously she doesn't want to hurt him. Like she doesn't want him to die or anything like that. She just wants maybe to hurt him a little bit, physically. And because then later on she says she wishes she had uh, gone her words, but then she says something else. Mm, anyway, but then I had this also idea that like there's a guy or like a man or a woman like, with a chicken in their hands or like in their arms, and then when it says aha, the camera pans the chicken and the chicken just like turns to the camera and says uh-huh. So I thought that'd be funny, and then she gets to where the guy works or whatever and or lives, and then before she can get her revenge he kind of gets in an accident or like something runs him over. I don't know if it would be like the actual bus, like when she steps off the bus would hit him as well, or like maybe something funnier like a little bike or like a tricycle, something funny, something lighthearted. And she's like, oh, I guess I don't have to do anything. Okay, right. So then cuts back to him in a coma, as she explained in the in the song. He's in a coma, recovering hardly, and then the next scene is him like going through the little village and the fields and stuff on his bike, and then in the basket, um on like with his bike there are a bunch of flowers, a lot of poppies. I've wanted to include, or like poppies and wildflowers, there's a lot of poppies and wildflowers in the basket, and I wanted to include poppies because they're obviously red, but also didn't want to be cliche and like it's summer. Like I feel like this song is set in summer or during summer, so I don't want to be cliche with roses. I feel like it's a bit, and poppies are kind of cool, you know. So, and then so I imagine Sabrina to be living in this like apartment complex with like all elderly women or something like that, and like they're all like doing their washing or something that's very traditional or old school, you know, whatever they're just chilling, maybe chatting outside, you know, um, minding their own business. Well, not really, but then and the next line is you're losing me for life. Yes, the feeling's so. Oh yeah, gonna wake up from your common honey, and that's when you'll be holding hokey flowers standing on my door. So like she opens the door, like the women alert her of him coming, and like you can see him going through the little village, like from Boris' point of view, with a bunch of wildflowers and poppies and stuff, and then he lands at her, and like the women alert her, and she's like okay, and then they go aha, you know, and then Sabrina opens the door, and like there's him like with the bouquet of flowers or whatever. And then she doesn't close the door on him or anything, like she actually pushes through him. And she's like, I actually am going out, you know? Like she's saying arrivederci or au revoir, forgive my French, but tata, you know? And then I don't have the rest of the music video, but then she goes out and she has fun with her friends or like dancing or just like walking through town eating ice cream and stuff. I don't know, I'll get back to the rest of it, but that's the gist of it, and I'll include some pictures for inspiration. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. This was very spontaneous. I might do more because I just really like imagining music videos, and I just love it. And I love Sabrina Carpenter. I like all of her songs, and I just think it's fun. So thanks for watching and listening to me, and leave comments down below of how you would imagine, or like how does this song play in your head? Like what scenarios do you picture when you hear this song specifically or other songs? Okay, well, bye.